Hey everybody, what's going on? Chillin'. Hope everybody's having an awesome day, awesome weekend. Um, one of, well, actually one of our group members in our Masterminds of Marketing Facebook group asked this question, and I kind of thought it was a real good question because when I first started in my career, and many of us come to this point where you can only go so high, right? And this happens a lot in client businesses, especially those of you that are working one-on-one, because you can only take on so many clients, right? And that's the big key. You can only take on so many people when you're working one-on-one because you only got so much time. And the more clients you're going to take on, the harder it's going to be not only to fulfill those clients, but you're also going to have time restraints. And on top of all this one-on-one work with clients, you're trying to grow and raise a family in the process. So what can we do about this scenario? What can be done? So that's the question that was asked. And again, it's a great question. Thanks for the question, Rebecca. So I figured I'd make a video and kind of give you some direction. And I figured, again, it's very, very common. I talk to a lot of business owners, and this is a common question, especially in client businesses. So let's talk about it. First, we want to evaluate the actual problem. So the big problem is time. You got 24 hours a day. You got the same time as everybody else. And this may be something that you're thinking. How are they able to work with clients? And even one-on-one, and how do they make all this money when they have the same amount of time as you do in a day? So when you work one-on-one with clients, your hands are always tied. You will always hit a ceiling, and it may not be till years later in your business, but eventually you're going to get there because you can only take on so many new clients. And this actually caps a lot of different things in your business, the client acquisition, but especially the ability to grow and scale your business. And it also limits your income. That's the big problem. The second problem with this question is actually value. So when you're doing one-on-one work, you're often heavily undervaluing your services. And I did it in my career. I see a lot of people out there charging for their time. And it's not the best way to do things, because I would rather charge people for a result rather than time. And that's a huge leverage point that you could have in your business. So here's the thing. If you're charging $30 an hour and you're spending, for example, we'll say 30 hours to get a result, you're going to make $900, and you're going to spend 30 hours of your time getting that client to that result. If you was charging $1,500 or $3,000 and getting that result, maybe you don't need 30 hours. Maybe you can do it in 20. Maybe you can do it in 15. The hours don't matter as long as you can get the result for people, for your clients. That's the value. When you go from charging time to charging results, it's a game changer. And trust me, I've made this mistake in my career a lot, a lot. And we have some clients that's still with us that still have an hourly rate, which we don't do anymore. We don't charge for our time. We charge for the results that we can get people. When you can implement that into your business, it's going to give you leverage. But the key takeaway that I want to give you, Rebecca, but everybody else that's watching this video, if you could get somebody a result, then you are worthy of a high ticket value price. You're worthy of that. Don't think that you're not. It's a mindset thing, and this is why so many people undervalue their services, especially those that charge hourly or by time. And I'm not saying that you are, but I know a lot of people that charge an hourly rate. Well, if you're going to charge an hourly rate, make sure it's up there. And I know a lot of people have that mindset where they're thinking, oh, nobody's going to pay $3,000 for a service, or nobody's going to pay $5,000 for this and that. Well, here's the thing. If that pain point is what we call a wake up in the morning problem, meaning it's a main problem in their life, there's a lot of people that will gladly pay whatever to get rid of that pain. And if your product or your service is a solution to that pain, you could get a high ticket price. The key is being able to bring in the right people into your environment. That's the big thing, because not everybody's going to pay that, and that's a whole new conversation, because that goes into attraction and having your message on point and different things like that. But the big thing I want you to think about, if you can stop charging for time and start charging or basing your price on the value you bring and the results, it's a game changer. So let's talk about changing your business model. So right now, more or less, a big portion of your business is a one-on-one business model. Again, that's fine when you're first starting out, but eventually you're going to come to that point where you're going to be stuck at a specific revenue or a specific amount of clients, because you can't raise the bar. You only have so much time. Right now, you have a limited business model. It limits you not only in revenue, but also growth. So you don't have that leverage in your business. So getting on the point of leverage, there's a lot of things we can do to create this leverage. So let me put it like this. Leverage in your business is what people use to be able to grow and scale. They use leverage to earn back time. They use leverage to be less involved in the process of their business. That's the importance of leverage. It can help you save time. It can make you a lot more money, and it actually builds an environment for growth. So thinking about the different pillars that you could put into your business to be able to save that time. Again, time's precious. We all know that. the first thing that I want to suggest is moving away from this one-on-one model. Now, when you're in this one-on-one with clients, many of you are doing all the work, right? You are the one, you're not just consulting, you're not just charging for your knowledge or the value you bring. Many of you are actually charging to be the one that's implementing the strategies, right? So rather than being involved in this implementation process, you need to step away and be the one that consults them in what to do. Does that make sense? Instead of you charging to put whatever they need in place, you need to think about charging them and letting them know what they need to do and let them implement those strategies in your business. You go from one-on-one to consulting, to guiding them to get the results they seek. Now, does that mean you are going to have to find a new audience? Not necessarily, but if these people are not willing to pay you what you think you're worth, then you're probably going to be looking at attracting a new segment of the current audience that you have. Because I know you do social media services, but social media services is kind of broad. You know, I don't know if it's just Facebook or if it's Instagram, if it's YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. I don't know exactly what's involved in your process, but what I'm thinking is if you charge the same price you are right now, and you are the one that guides them, that's going to save you a lot of time. Now, here's something to think about. If some of these clients that you have, maybe you really like them. I love when I have clients that love being a part of the process. I've learned over the years that when I implement things into their business, they're not always focused. They're not always 110% committed to what we're doing. That's kind of why they pay or look for a lower price service in the first place, because they just don't want to deal with it. They want to get the result, but they want to have no part of the process. These may not be the best people to work with. In my opinion, they're not. If they're not willing to be a part of the process, then I find myself, I really don't want to work with these people. I want to work with people that's fully committed into growing and scaling their business. So, a part of what we offer at Teaching Online Business is a little bit of social media marketing, but it's more geared to Facebook, paid ads, client acquisition, different things like that through social media. So if you can retune your service, or maybe just start experimenting with it. I know it's scary to step away with something that you've known, but let me tell you this, because it's almost been 2 years now, I was working one-on-one with clients and doing the same exact thing you are doing. The only difference, I was doing it in SEO. And what I found out was that I couldn't grow and scale. I could hit $15,000, $20,000 a month, and that was it. I could never get past that process. I left the one-on-one model just 2 years ago. So I know exactly what you're going through. And I have 3 kids, so I have 12, 9, and 2.5 are my kids. So I can definitely get where you're coming from. But I think that's going to be best because your value is the results that you can bring. So going back to what I was talking about earlier, maybe you need to hire somebody to help you, and you teach them how to implement everything in your business. Maybe you start charging a few hundred more dollars a month to manage these accounts. That way you can also cover your assistant's costs. That way you can step back away from the business a little bit. That's going to give you more time. It's going to allow you to bring on a few more clients as well. But the problem that you're going to run into, even if you just hire one person, there's going to be another ceiling in place. And that's what you have to think about. The leverage point is really, rather than being paid for your time, it's getting paid for your knowledge and your experience. That would be the new business model that I would suggest to you. Instead of getting paid for 10 hours, you get paid for the results you bring. And depending on that value, that could be worth a lot of money. Again, it all depends on the pain point. You know, that's the big thing. So I want you to think about onboarding your clients, or thinking about strategies that you go over with your clients, thinking about templates, thinking about guides. Some of you already have a system in place in your business that you are already using. If you have this process in place, all you have to do is build a video, cover that video training, and send it to the client. For example, if you are training your clients how to do their WordPress SEO, for example, if you was doing that, I would make a video of myself going through the process, an over the shoulder look, just kind of how we're doing right now. And that way, each new client that comes on that needs this, I don't have to spend no more time with them. All I have to do is send them this video and it's done. Because you already have the content created. So that is an awesome way to take care of a lot of different things that come up with new clients coming in, or even current clients going through specific scenarios. And that allows us to just, boom, be done with it. And that saves me an hour here. It saves me an hour there. It saves me 30 minutes here. It saves me 15 minutes here. Yeah, you're going to have to create the content, but once it's created, it's done. You don't have to mess with it. That goes for guides, worksheets, PDFs, whatever it is in your business. That is part of the process that you take clients through. In your service, it's a little bit different with products, physical products, that is. But we're talking about client businesses. That's the audience that I attract. So I'm assuming you have a client business of some type. So whatever it is with your clients, build them whatever they need. That way your hands are off of it. You don't have to spend no extra time talking about the same thing with new clients or current clients over and over and over again. That alone can save you, 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week. It will add up, and you'll become better at it. You'll see, well, all right, because you should have specific processes in your business right now. So when you bring on a new client, this is what you do. After a week or two, this new client, this is what you do. Whatever part of that process or system is anything that you could create content firsthand and be able to send to them later. That is going to save you a lot of time. Just want to, it's another good leverage point to have. Here's what I wanted to talk about, and it's paid ads. I know you're doing social media, and for any of you out there that are doing social media marketing, paid ads actually allow you to reach a target audience consistently without having to spend hours and hours and hours upon hours trying to get prospects, turning them into leads, and turning those leads into clients. So again, I don't know if this is part of your process, Rebecca, or anybody else that does social media that's watching right now. But if I'm doing social media marketing more than any strategy out there, I want to focus on paid ads. I think you would be better to focus on paid ads, because if you're awesome at it and you could get results for people, you could charge $1,000 a month for management, $2,000 a month for management. I know people that's charging $5, $10, $20, $30,000 a month per client running their Facebook ads, running their Google ads. Paid traffic is an awesome leverage point, because all you have to do is pay for the traffic. I could set an ad up, I could set a whole ad campaign up in probably 30 minutes, probably even less than that, and my hands are free from them. So if you're doing social media for somebody, and let's say an orthodontist comes to you and they want your social media marketing service, you could say, okay, well, we have a setup fee of $1,000. Then you're going to need a $500 budget for ad spend to start out per month. And after the setup fee, you'll pay $1,000 per month. You can set them up like that, and all you have to do is create the campaigns, and your hands are free. Now, are you going to have to watch this ad campaign? Of course, but with Facebook's, and I guess just specifically with Facebook, with their automation rules now that you can put in, you can literally be hands-free on Facebook ads, even while you're starting to test different audiences and different things, if you know how to set up all that. But even if you don't set up the automations with your targeting and different things like that, you're not spending all day inside of Facebook trying to figure the ads out. Since social media is so important, so vital for a business, I would think paid ads, especially for Facebook, would kind of be in your wheelhouse. But that's exactly what I would do and what I would start shifting to if you're doing anything outside of that when it comes to social media, like just posting on people's business pages or taking their business page account here and there. That's what I would do in that scenario. I would go ahead, get the paid ads going, because that's probably going to be your best bet of making more money and working with less clients. And I know this is a quick video, and this is nowhere near all of the answers that I'm going through, but these are some real effective ways that if you can implement, what I'm telling you here today, and it goes for any of you, it's going to save you a lot of time. And I hope if you are getting people results, I hope you are getting paid what you are worth. Now, for me, I undervalued myself for 8 years. And that's no lie. 8 years, I undervalued the results that I could bring. I have literally made people tens of millions of dollars and haven't made as much, nearly as much as I should have. And looking back at the last 10 plus years, that's one of the biggest mistakes that I've made in my career. So with anybody else that we teach, our group, our students, our clients, that's a big thing. Always make sure that you get paid what you are worth and don't undervalue yourself. The last thing I'll talk about is automation. Automation is an awesome way to save you time in different processes, and there's a lot of ways that you can use automation. You can use automation for email marketing, for client acquisition, for lead generation, and different processes in your business. So for social media marketing, I don't know how you're finding new clients if you're using social media marketing or you're driving social media traffic to a funnel, to a website or something like that. But I'll give you an example of what we do on Teaching Online Business. We have a webinar automated funnel where we get people in, get them signed up for the webinar. Then from there it goes through a series of processes. But all I'm doing is paying for the Facebook ads, and this whole process is automated. They'll come. I use Active Campaign for my email marketing. I'd highly recommend it to anybody. I use ClickFunnels for my funnels, for my marketing funnels. It's another software I'd highly recommend to anybody. And I got all those tied in with my website, ClickFunnels, and Active Campaign, and a few other tools that I use for the application process and different things like that, because our clients on our high ticket side, they have to apply to work with us. We don't just put the apply button out there or anything like that. If they're applying, they've seen the webinar and went through the webinar, or they signed up for one of our lead generation funnels for PDFs, templates, and swipe files and different things like that. So if you can automate these funnels, especially for your client acquisition, and you be able to put those other steps in place, it's going to save you time. That's what automation is for. My webinar is done. I am not making a webinar every Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Sunday, whatever it is. I'm not doing that over and over again. That would take up way too much time. But if you could put this automation in place, there's a ton of different things that you could do. So I hope this helps you with this part of being able to find more time and kind of escaping the one-on-one with clients. Let me leave you with one more. There's a lot of different ways that you can work with clients. Definitely consulting and coaching is one of the best things to do, but you could also do group training. Social media. Maybe you should start attracting people and start teaching them social media. That may open you up to a whole new audience. And if you're passionate, and as kind of like me, I love teaching people to do different things. And I've found that that's my main passion. I love helping others. So if you could teach people to do what you do, then that's the big thing. I don't know if you saw the other video we had in our group with Todd. The same thing applies to you. If you're passionate about this and you feel you can do social media marketing good and you could teach somebody else, build a little training course. You could build a little training course, put those videos, that content out there, and once it's done, it's done. And that can sell all day on autopilot. Again, you'll have to have support and different things like that, but that's something that you could do. So I want you to think about other different things that you could build that's related to social media marketing. Maybe you could do a 2-hour training course that your clients would find really, really beneficial. And you could give that training to them for free. And on the side, you could probably charge $47, $97, $199 for this training if it's going to give somebody a result. That's the big thing. If it could get somebody a result, then why not? That is something that you can build. It's an asset for your business, and you put it in play. Once it's done, the bulk of the work is over. Yeah, again, you'll have to give a little bit of support. You may be doing group training once you start bringing on students and different things like that. But that is a leverage point that you could put in your business that doesn't involve all your time. You could probably get by with 2 or 3 hours a week, and the revenue potential is unlimited. All you have to do is get it in front of people. Start getting 10, 20 a month, 30 a month. You have 30 a month paying $199. That's going to add up. And that goes for any of you. I would definitely do that if I knew my topic. Don't just act like you know something and teach. That's a big problem in the market now. There's a lot of new people that's teaching a lot of new people, and that's just the way it is right now. So you have to be careful about that. But if you know your topic really, really good and you are an expert in that field, you could teach it to other people. You could build products. You could charge for that. So another way of when you're at that ceiling and you can't take on any new clients, you need to start thinking about assets that you can add to your business. Think about training videos you could do. You could start doing consulting. You could start doing coaching. You could start doing audits and different things like that. Never quit thinking about all the different ways that you can make money. Because the more money that you're going to make, and it goes for anybody, the more money you make, the more opportunity you are going to have to be able to grow and scale. Because then you can hire people. You can hire people to do time, little tasks that takes up your time. So that's all other options that you have when you're trying to grow a family and you're stuck working one-on-one with clients. I would hope to get you out of that one-on-one work and start getting you paid for the results you bring instead of hourly. Goes for anybody, because time is the most valuable thing that you have. Money will always replenish. Your time does not. Tomorrow, it's one less day to get it done, and it continues. So I hope some of you get value out of this video. And again, if you do, please hit the like button. Share it with somebody that can use it. Tag them. Show us some love. But we always appreciate it. Let me give you one more thing. If you are not a member of our Masterminds of Marketing Facebook group, we would love to have you. This is kind of what we do for our members. They come in. They have questions, and we do training videos. We're not charging for this. We're just honestly giving you guys guidance. So for any of you that have a client business and you're struggling right now, you don't know how to get new clients, or whatever problem it is you face, in our group, we go the extra mile to help you get guidance so you can take the next steps to start being able to grow your business. So we'd love to see you there. You can always visit us at teachingonlinebusiness.com. I'm Richard Hale. Appreciate everybody's time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. I will catch you on the next video. And Rebecca, thank you for your question. I hope this helps. Thanks.